I realized that, oh my God, what Babaji taught me and made me do and what I achieved was nothing but what is written in ancient scriptures. It's already penned down, word to word, what needs to be done, what they have documented, what happens month on month. 2000 years back, when there was no sonography, no instruments, nothing, 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 what they've documented exactly matches with our sonography reports. So, this is basically an amalgamation of ancient wisdom, which is now being proved by modern science. What I feel modern science is saying nothing new, it is testing and validating what is already there, and that is giving us the faith. Honestly, Garbh means womb, Sanskar means values. So, giving values in the womb is Garbha Sanskar. And values is all physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, balanced, holistic. जब एक या दो बार ही आपको प्रेग्नेंट होना है तो व्हाई कांट यू फॉलो दीज प्रिंसिपल्स? जब 10 बार होता था तो वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि एवरी सेकेंड ईयर आवर ग्रैंडमदर इज प्रेग्नेंट, सो हाउ मच शी विल बी एबल टू फोकस. ओके, बट नाउ in our entire lifetime we are just getting pregnant once or twice, so can't we commit ourselves to our babies? कुछ भी हो रहा है दुनिया में, anything is happening, if the mother is not creating any negative emotions about it, is not getting worried, not getting anxious, not getting paranoid, not getting stressful, the baby is not worried because the baby is connected with the mother and the baby is connected with the mother's emotions. That stress might be momentary stress for you, but that becomes a permanent issue for your child. So I don't think any mother will ever want that. But the moment baby comes out, it is a different identity. It is not a part of you anymore. It is a different identity altogether. We need to respect that individual identity and not superimpose what we want. We can nurture, we can collaborate, but we can't force.
Hi, in today's episode, we have with us Dr. Sonal Jain Jaiswal, armed with a formal degree in engineering as well as management, embarked on an extraordinary journey to master Garbha Sansar. Now, a lot of our listeners will be very interested in understanding what does she mean by that. But let me tell you a little bit more about her. She's an accomplished mother of two and a doctorate in prenatal education. She has positively impacted and empowered lives of countless aspiring mothers with her transformative approach. Her groundbreaking book and online app on Garbha Sansar holistically blend ancient wisdom with modern science, igniting a revolution in nurturing divinity in the womb. So close to my heart. A vital cornerstone for the achievement of an empowered future. Welcome, Dr. Sonal. This is a personal honor for me to have you on my show today because I really believe in this. Having been a mother myself, and I remember my grandmother giving me, photographs to see of baby Krishna and trying to think good thoughts. But let's just come back to your book, Unlock the Secrets to Your Dream Baby. Your book blends ancient wisdom with modern science. Can you share with us what inspired you to write Garbha Sansar? And how do you find the balance between the two realms?
Uh, Garbha Sanskar actually started with my own journey. When I wanted to become a mother, I wanted to conceive, have a family. I had a lot of complications. Like I had a lot of issues in my conception. I literally had like two miscarriages. One I was almost on deathbed, and then I had like my son is my fourth IVF cycle, and my daughter is the fifth cycle. So you can understand the pain and the agony when you undergo every cycle and you wait for the results and it comes as a negative, the emotional trauma, the physical trauma, the mental trauma, a lot of things are involved. So during this journey, my guru, Dr. Avdut Baba Shivanand, I'm a Shiv yogi. So Babaji put me on a path, on a journey, and he gave me a ritual, like you have to do meditation this many time, you have to do yogasanas, you have to do surya namaskar, pranayam, diet, all those stuff, gave me a hardcore regime. And I'm his disciple, so you know how disciples are just like, they don't look life and bread, they are like guru ne kaha hai, and you have to just do it. That's the surrender and the faith you have. So I followed what Babaji taught me, and I was blessed with my son. And then the day I decided I need to have my daughter, I immediately conceived. So I had a lot of complications in conceiving my son. and the pregnancy was traumatic. But in case of my daughter, it was absolutely picture perfect. Like everything, I dictated my daughter's conception, pregnancy, delivery, post delivery, everything. In my son's thing, I was learning, like, it was a trial and error process. So this entire thing, when I was going through, I was not knowing what exactly it is all about. It was just बाबा जी ने कहा है मुझे करना है, that's it. उसके अलावा मुझे कुछ मालूम नहीं था. Later, when I reflected, then I realized that, oh my God, this is all ancient wisdom in the name of Garbha Sanskar. I never knew what Garbha Sanskar is all about. But when I reflected after I delivered my two kids, and they just turned out to be what I imagined, and nothing could be more perfect than that. Like बोलते हैं ना कि सब्र का फल मीठा होता है. तो in the case of my kids, I actually witnessed that कि मुझे ज़रूर समय लगा. My son was born after 7 years from my wedding, and daughter was after 10 years. But it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. So it was very, very beautiful. And I'm into, like, motivational talking, speaking, like, all these things. Like throughout, I had my regular articles in ET, in Lokmat Times. I used to like write, take sessions. So during COVID, I got a proposal that I should take lectures on Garbha Sanskar. So I told those people that I don't know what Garbha Sanskar is all about. But yes, what I can do is I can share my journey, because it is also about pregnancy, or maybe the women who are participating, they might get benefited. And it just turned out to be a runaway hit. Like, those 3 days of session was an amazing hit. I was not knowing that what I'm sharing is something that the world is looking for, and it's so much needed. I needed it, so my guru taught me, but I was not knowing that my need was everyone's need. And then I did my doctorate in Garbha Sanskar, and for that I did a lot of research, lot of studies, and I realized that, oh my God, what Babaji taught me and made me do, and what I achieved was nothing but what is written in ancient scriptures. It's already penned down, word to word, what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. In fact, you will be amazed that we have got our sages, Shishrutacharya, Charakacharya, they are there. So they have documented, about the life ki kaisa hona chahiye, kis tarah ka hona chahiye. So they have got a section which talks about the fetus, and how you conceive, and the 9-month journey, and what they have documented, what happens month on month 2000 years back, when there was no sonography, no instruments, nothing, nothing, nothing. What they have documented exactly matches with our sonography reports. They have written first month mein ye hona.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They have covered a lot of things on infertility. They have covered a lot of things on how the pregnancy should be like, everything. And now science is proving everything. So basically, what science is proving now is nothing new. It's just proving what is already there. So it's already documented, it's already there. We are just proving, and we are getting convinced that what is written is correct. Basically, it's for our own satisfaction. But the literature is already there, which explains all these things. So during my research, I found all these things, and then I wrote this book, Manifestation Through Garbha Sanskar, for which I did much deeper studies, and I keep guiding women who have like guided more than like hundreds and hundreds of women. So my own experience, their experiences. So I documented all those things. I used a lot of case studies for the book, used a lot of stories from the scriptures, the shlokas which have been there in Bhagavad Gita, in Charakacharya's explanation. So I used all those things. So this is basically an amalgamation of ancient wisdom, which is now being proved by modern science. What I feel modern science is saying nothing new. It is testing and validating what is already there. And that is giving us the faith, honestly. If something is written, why should I trust it? If science says that, yes, we have proven it, then my trust and my surrender comes.
So, how do you believe Garbha Sanskar can positively impact the future generation, and why is it essential for modern day mothers to also consider it? Why do you think so?
First, we need to understand what Garbha Sanskar is.
Mm.
When we understand it, then we'll understand why it is required in today's time. So for that, I'll just use a very simple example, that suppose there's a farmer, right? And the farmer sows a seed. After sowing the seed, the farmer totally forgets. Bhul jata hai. And he gets into his own merrymaking and his own other things, his whole daily life and also. What will happen to that seed? What do you think what will happen to that seed if the farmer completely forgets about it? He forgets to
Obviously,
water,
it's
he
over.
forgets. Huh?
It's not going to grow, it's going to die.
Yeah, yeah. It might grow, but not that properly, or it might die on its own, or some maybe some wild animal, some birds might come and just spoil it. Anything can happen. It will not be as you actually want. And if he's lucky enough, then maybe that environment is blessed with all the things, right water, right rainfall, right sunlight, and that might grow to its best efforts. So it is actually given to chance. It is given to chance. It might grow well, it might not grow well, it might die also. So you don't know, you can't you have no control over the end result. But if we talk about the second scenario, that if the farmer is absolutely focused, he's taking daily care, he's ensuring that the seed is protected, he's ensuring that the seed gets the right nutrition, the right composition, the right sunlight, the right amount of water, not too much, not too little, whatever, whatever is required, the best environment, and most importantly, give a lot of love and nurturing to the seed, then what will happen?
The seed will obviously grow into a beautiful tree.
Yes.
Agree,
And
agree,
and
agree.
and you will get the best fruit, the sweetest fruits ever, and in abundance, right? So the same is our case. A mother is that farmer, and the seed is the soul that she invokes. So if she's invoking a soul in her womb and she totally forgets about it, what will happen? It will be left to chance. It might, the seed, the soul might blossom into a beautiful child, holistic, beautiful, a lovely person, but might not be. So it is all left to chance. But if she's totally taking care, very focused about her thoughts, about her diet, about everything, then that soul will definitely 100%, there's no doubt about it. I've done years of research on it, there's no doubt about it. The the soul will turn out to be the best, it will be an asset to this world. The child she gives birth to will be an asset to this world. So this is what Garbha Sanskar. Garbha means womb,
Yeah,
Sanskar means values. So
values.
giving values in the womb is Garbha Sanskar. And values is all physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, balanced, holistic. So you give a balanced values. And now coming to your next question, that why it is important in today's times. So पहले कितने बच्चे होते थे? If we remember our days, before the show, we're talking about the old days. So when we talk about our grandmother, nani, or dadi, they used to be almost 10, 12 siblings. Then came our parents, generation. There they were like 5 to 6 kids. Then our generation, by and large, we are 3 to 4 kids from our generation. We are 3 siblings. Me, I've got a brother and my sister. And in general, they are like 3 to 4, three. And now coming to my generation, it's two or maybe one. So what is happening? Fertility is going down. And this has been proven. Lancet has released its report early this year in March. And it has come up with the figures that in the days of our grandmothers, like 1950s, the fertility rate was in the range of 6. And it got reduced and now it is in the range of 1.9 or something. And by 2050, it is going to be in the range of 1.2 something. So it's going down drastically. So what is happening? Our fertility is reducing for a number of reasons. We need another podcast to discuss that. What are the reasons? So number of reasons are there for which the fertility is reducing. So at one hand, fertility is going down. So earlier we had 10 kids. So 10 kids में क्या होता था? एकाध तो अच्छे निकल ही जाते थे और वो एकाध जो अच्छे निकलते थे वो सबका टेक केयर कर लेते थे. You will always see in a family.
Oh, so true, Sonal.
True, right? You see
Absolutely
any
true.
family. When I look into my father's generation and my grandfather's generation, I always find there one or two kids who are like amazing among the rest.
Absolutely.
Rest are like average, below average, whatever. And they
Absolutely.
one or two, they actually take care of the entire family. They are the guardian. They are the guardian of the family. But अब क्या हो गया? अब खाली 2 बच्चे हैं या फिर एक ही होगा. तो जब एक या 2 बच्चे होंगे तो इट इज मैंडेटरी. यू कांट लीव देम फॉर चांस. You have to ensure that they are the best. So Garbh Sanskar was always important, but your question is why it is more important in today's time. So more important because we are just producing one or two kids or maybe maximum three, not more than that. Fertility नहीं, हम चाहेंगे भी तो भी नहीं कर सकते. We don't have the fertility. And अभी वो चाहत भी नहीं है. लोग one या two, not more than that. Nobody wants more than that. So when we are having just one or two kids, then we need to ensure that they are the best. वी कांट लीव देम टू चांस एंड प्लस जब एक या दो बार ही आपको प्रेग्नेंट होना है तो व्हाई कांट यू फॉलो दीज प्रिंसिपल्स. जब 10 बार होता था तो वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि एवरी सेकेंड ईयर आवर ग्रैंड मदर इज प्रेग्नेंट, सो हाउ मच शील बी एबल टू फोकस. ओके, बट नाउ in our entire lifetime we are just getting pregnant once or twice, so can't we commit ourselves to our babies? And जब एक या दो बच्चे हो रहे हैं तो it is mandatory for us, we have no choice, we just can't like you know let go. We need to
Absolutely.
hold it and we need to ensure that the baby turns out to be the best in all aspects, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. It's holistic, it's able to take care because the child does not have too many brothers, sisters who to take care. He has to fight his own battles. Very soon the parents won't be there, he'll be all alone with no siblings, so he has to fight his own battles. He has to be capable enough, and plus the competition is increasing in this world.
Oh, yeah.
AI is taking over, so this will be another area where we need to work upon, that in this world of AI, like how human intelligence will match with it. So there are many factors, and the need for Garbha Sanskar is much more in today's time than it was ever before. Ever before.
Your book offers a step-by-step approach, right? Where can you just take us through some of the key practices that the book can help expecting mothers immediately start to apply them?
Definitely. Basically, when I talk about step by step approach, then there are four different aspects we talk about:
Mhm.
physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So you have to work on all the aspects. In physical, we have talked about 7 pillars: your diet, water, sleep, exercising, breath work, addictions, and environmental toxins. So the book gives a very detailed understanding on how you take care of your physical well-being. Then it gives a very detailed understanding on how you take care of your mental well-being through affirmations, through visualization. Because now we are talking about creating a dream baby. So how will you create a dream baby? You need to begin with the end in mind. You need to be clear what you exactly want in your baby. So the book really clarifies all these doubts. It gives you a very structured process how you can achieve it step by step, one after the other, so that once you're on this journey, then you are on it, then you have to get the results. Like there is no second option to it.
Beautiful. Oh my God. I just traveled back to my time when I was pregnant with my son, and I had this beautiful picture of Bal
Krishna.
Gopal, Krishna. And I used to keep looking at cuddly baby, and that's how he was
So,
born.
one question I'd like to ask you. So, after you gave birth to your son, how much you felt the picture in your son resembled?
Totally.
Totally? So
Totally.
that's Garva Sanskar. Because what was happening when you're focusing on the picture, so the entire thing was getting imprinted in your mind. So this is mental well-being. There in your neural pathways, because every minute 2.5 lakh neurons is getting developed in the brain of your baby. Every minute. So when these neurons are being developed, what you are visualizing is the photo of that Krishna, Bal Gopal. So that Bal Gopal picture, you are you are really enjoying, you are absorbing, and time and time again, you are having this feeling that I want my son to be like this. I like this particular aspect. I like that aspect. Maybe I love the dimples. I love the curls, or maybe I love the naughtiness, whatever. So when the neuron development is happening, it is absorbing those thoughts and emotions from you, and it is developing that ways. So that's why the picture and your son resembled totally.
God, Sonal, I wish I knew you. Many years back, there would have been so many things that I would have learned. But for our next generation, who are looking at becoming mothers, I think this is such an powerful podcast today that I'm doing with you.
Thank
You've
you.
highlighted, yeah, very, very powerful. You've highlighted the importance of emotional well-being, during pregnancy. So, how do you recommend women manage stress, maintain a balanced mind during this really crucial time? Many times, these are young girls who are away from their families. There is this whole, nuclear setups that they have. So, how can they separate this entire reality of life and the pregnancy path that they are on?
You asked a very beautiful question, Mawa. One thing we need to be very clear, like, all the women I keep counseling and guiding, I tell them one thing: don't expect no stress situation. You are living in a real world with real people. So ठीक है, they might pamper you that you're pregnant, but then ऐसा नहीं है कि like every time there will be a standard graph going on. So stress is going to be there undoubtedly. Now what you need to do, we can't delete stress from the environment. वो बिल्कुल गलत बात होगी कि भाई हम pregnant हैं, so we keep us away from it and we go to a zone where there is no stress. वो नहीं हो सकता, stress रहेगा. Now it is on to you what you do with that stress. So here there are two types of stress: objective stress and subjective stress. Objective stress is stress is there around you. Right now we tried to do this podcast. Initially, we had some issues with some sound or something, which we managed. So it is there, right? So stress is there around you. Now, subjective stress is stress that you absorb. So objective stress is present, not necessarily the mother absorbs it. The moment mother absorbs that stress becomes subjective. Now the baby in the womb is not at all concerned with objective stress. चारों तरफ आग भी लगी हो ना, और मदर अगर मजे से बैठी हो, उसे कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है, बेबी को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. कुछ भी हो रहा है दुनिया में, anything is happening. If the mother is not creating any negative emotions about it, is not getting worried, not getting anxious, not getting paranoid, not getting stressful, the baby is not worried because the baby is connected with the mother and the baby is connected with the mother's emotions. So if the mother is not affected by whatever happens in her vicinity, the baby is not affected. But if the mother gets affected, whether there is stress or not, no stress, because I see a lot of women, stress नहीं होता है ना, वो भी उनके लिए stress होता है. अरे my mother-in-law is not saying anything. So that becomes a stress for them. Nowadays, my husband is very loving to me, extra loving. That becomes a stress for them. Something wrong, something fishy. You're understanding? So there are people who loves to create stress. Stress नहीं भी है तो भी stress create कर रहे हैं. Even if they're creating stress, then that's harmful to the baby. So the baby does not respond to the environmental stresses. Baby only responds to the stress that you absorb. That stress can be created, that stress can be real. Baby has got nothing to do with it. Baby does not care whether the stress is real or created because baby को पता ही नहीं है. Whatever you feel is real for the baby and baby feels that. So my message to all the mothers is one simple message. कुछ भी हो जाए, because there are a lot of sad incidents where a lot of near and dear ones, they pass away or some very serious family crisis happens. A lot of things happen. We are, as I started, we are in a real world with real people. Things will keep on happening. But the mother needs to take one oath. She has to take an oath to herself that this 9 months is only me and my baby. Nothing else will come in between. कुछ भी होगा, I will just I'll create a shield around me. कहते हैं ना कवच, एक कवच बना लेना है. Nothing should enter. Nothing should enter. I will stay in my peaceful zone. She has to take that commitment to herself. If she is settled, then the baby is settled. Because stress during pregnancy is very, very harmful. Very harmful. Like we have seen cases of miscarriages, we have seen cases of deformities, mental, physical, all kinds. Kids are born and if they are they have got learning disorders or maybe some physical issues, when we track back, plenty of cases are there. When we track back and go into their pregnancy zone, then deep down we find that there was some problem in the pregnancy. There was some stress which the mother had taken, and that stress got into the baby, and that resulted in this maybe physical deformity or mental ailment or maybe behavioral disorders. It can be anything, it can manifest in any ways, you don't know. But all these things are because of the stress that the mother has taken. So the mother has to just take one commitment. Whatever happens, I will stay unaffected. She should just take herself away from that situation if she's not able to handle it. Just alag kar lo apne aap ko. Bilkul, because that stress might be momentary stress for you, but that becomes a permanent issue for your child. So I don't think any mother will ever want that. So this is what emotional well-being is all about. Staying emotionally steady in a state of bliss. Come what may. कहते सत्य चित आनंद. In a permanent state. The only state of emotion that is allowed to a mother is a state of happiness. She can't stay in any other state for any reason at all, not even for a single minute. Because as I said, every minute 2.5 lakh neurons is getting developed. तो अगर आपने एक मिनट के लिए भी स्ट्रेस लिया ना, तो वो जो 2.5 लाख न्यूरॉन जो बॉर्न हुए बर्थ लिए हैं वो गड़बड़ हो गए हैं. Will you ever like that for your child? No, no. We all want the best for our child. I've yet to find a mother who wants anything less than the best for a child.
Absolutely, absolutely. You also mentioned the importance of nutrition, in the pregnancy journey. So, can you share a few dietary tips or essential nutrients that are really important for expectant mothers and maybe they don't know? And through this podcast, that they will listen to you and know what are the things that they should take.
Yeah, sure. See, first of all, we need to understand what is nutrition, what is food. Food basically is energy. What you're eating is giving energy to your baby. सो बहुत बार बहुत सारे फूड होते हैं जो देखने में तो लगते हैं लेबल्स में लिखा रहता है प्रोटीन इतना कार्ब इतना फैट इतना ऑल द क्लासिफिकेशन इज देयर बट वी नीड टू फर्स्ट डिसाइड फ्रॉम एनर्जी स्टैंड पॉइंट वेयर इट स्टैंड्स सो आयुर्वेदा हैज क्लासिफाइड इट वेरी ब्यूटिफुली इट्स सात्विक राजसिक तामसिक सात्विक food is that food that is very high in energy positive energy so what are these kind of food which is closest to nature. So fruits, vegetables, grains, closest to nature. Now, the moment we plug it, decay starts. So it's very important that we need to consume it as fresh as possible. But आज की प्रॉब्लम क्या है बनाना आ रहे चिली से ऑरेंज आ रहा है कहीं और से एप्पल्स आ रहे हैं कहीं और से सो वी नीड टू ईट लोकल which is grown in our vicinity because हम जितना local खाएंगे pesticides उतना कम से कम होगा. Do you think the bananas coming from Chile is without any pesticides, preservatives? They have infested enough so that it can sustain that many days fresh. हम लेते एकदम and हम तो और ढूंढ ढूंढ के लेते हैं कि भाई एकदम बिल्कुल येलो हो वैसा हो but we are not understanding how much of chemical has gone into it. So वो fresh produce भी तामसिक हो गया है. Again, lot of pesticide is being put into lot of produce. वो भी तामसिक हो गया है. So we are saying close to nature. We are saying have fruits and vegetables, but we need to have a good selection of fruits and vegetables. It has to be local. It has to be organic. It has to be seasonal. मैंगोज मिलते समर्स में क्या जरूरत है आपको विंटर्स में मैंगो खाने की ऐसी लॉट ऑफ पीपल टेकिंग प्राइड आई गॉट दिस फ्रॉम द मार्केट एंड दे पे प्रीमियम फॉर इट एंड मैं अपना सर पकड़ लेती हूँ ओ माय गॉड यू आर पेइंग प्रीमियम फॉर स्पॉइलिंग योर हेल्थ जस्ट इमेजिन समर का जो मैंगो है वो अगर आपको विंटर में मिल रहा है कितना प्रेजर्वेटिव डाला गया केमिकल्स डाला और पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इग्नोरेंस दे टेक प्राइड सीडलेस सीताफल कैसे सीडलेस सीताफल हो सकता है दी जेनेटिक्स इज कि उसके अंदर सीड होंगी दैट्स द वे इट इज क्रिएटेड अगर वो सीडलेस आ रहा है इसका मतलब कुछ ना कुछ में टेम्परिंग हुई कुछ जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन किया गया है समथिंग इज रॉन्ग सो we need to ensure that we need to have sattvic diet as close to nature local seasonal organic मैं तो I've got my app where I actually teach them how to do home gardening I share videos कि भाई छोटे छोटे तो हम पालक मेथी तुरई वगैरह तो घर में उगा सकते हैं छोटे पॉट्स लाओ ग्रो करो उसको तुरंत तोड़ो सब्जी बनाओ खाओ दैट इज सात्विक भोजन देन कम्स राजसिक इज व्हाट इज फॉर योर टेस्ट बर्ड्स इट गिव्स जीरो एनर्जी सो हमने लिया तो अच्छा ऑर्गेनिक वेजिटेबल्स ले लिया राइट बट उसको बनाने के टाइम में हम एक घंटा लगा रहे हैं बिकॉज वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग दैट ग्रेवी द ग्रेवी इज गेटिंग कुक्ड इट इज टेकिंग 1 hour what is happening in that 1 hour all the nutrition is being killed so rajasic is for the taste part but no nutrition no energy and tamasic is we should not eat at all packaged food are tamasic food packaged preservative the colas that we see the chips that we see all are tamasic because जो भी चीजों की शेल्फ लाइफ है ना मतलब ज्यादा शेल्फ लाइफ है, मतलब कि वो गड़बड़ है, because it's infested with pesticides. So if from a, like, a very simple, in the book we have given great detailing on it, with list of what fruits to eat, what vegetables to eat, what are the nutrition requirements, how many calories in excess. So, like, there's a one full chapter in the book. I won't be able to share that much, but like, if you just need one thumb rule, we need to ensure that the food has to be sattvic with high energy value, positive energy.
So let's just talk a little bit about mothers who don't know about Garbh Sanskar. So before pregnancy and or before giving birth to their child, what are the steps that they can take to help guide their children towards a path of empowerment, positivity and success? जिनके बच्चे हो चुके हैं और उनको पता नहीं था जब प्रेगनेंसी थी उनको,
Okay. So basically, they are parents now.
their parents now,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what is happening? Majority of the things happen in the womb. 80% of the brain development happens in the womb itself. जैसे बच्चे को बनना है, like, the entire thing, the development, it happens. अब the baby is out, तो बेबी ने एक ब्लूप्रिंट अपनी पूरी क्रिएट कर ली है, वो करके the baby has taken birth. So now, as parent, what you can do is nurturing the qualities with which the baby is born. You can't do any big bang changes. Like, for example, I have sown seed of an orange. एंड उसको बहुत केयर करके मैंने एक बेस्ट ऑरेंज ट्री वो कर लिया है. अब प्लक करने के बाद मुझे लग रहा है कि नहीं नहीं, अभी ऑरेंज उतना पसंद नहीं आ रहा है मुझे, मुझे तो मैंगो चाहिए. सो यू कांट चेंज ऑरेंज टू मैंगो, नॉट पॉसिबल. So you can't do big bang changes because the wiring, the brain wiring is already achieved. It's completed. जो 2.5 lakh neurons per minute say, like, billions of neurons have been created, the synaptic connections have been created. So the child has developed 80% of its brain पूरा complete हो गया है, खाली उसकी साइज छोटी है. तो बर्थ लेने के बाद में क्या होता है, no new neuron formations are happening, it's just increasing in size, kind of. So you can't do any big bang changes. बट वॉट यू कैन डू एंड यू शुड डू, वो तो उन मदर्स के लिए भी एप्लीकेबल है जिन्होंने बहुत केयर किया अपनी प्रेगनेंसी में, लाइक दे हैव फॉलोड द गर्भ संस्कार कॉन्सेप्ट्स टू द टी. Even they need to do, because there are a lot of external influences in this environment.
Correct.
Like, lot of influencers are there who are sharing whatever. I'm not sure every influencer is sharing what is like correct. Everybody is sharing from their own consciousness. So there are mentors for our child everywhere. हमारे जमाने में क्या होता था, वी लिव्ड इन अ वेरी कंट्रोल्ड एनवायरमेंट where our parents knew with whom we are interacting, what inputs we are gathering. But
Yes.
right now, we have no control, no access. Like right now, I'm having this podcast with you. What my son is watching, I have no control. No control at all. What knowledge he's gaining, what new, connections are developing in his brain, I have no control. But what I can control is my bonding with him, so that I ensure that the filtering keeps on happening regularly. Like, a system is set between us, the relationship is such that he shares everything with me automatically. And in the course of that sharing, I'm able to filter out whatever is correct, not correct. So it's a ongoing process which is happening on a daily basis. The way we eat, the way we breathe, similarly we need to keep filtering all the inputs that are coming to our kids. This is parenting all about in today's time, because we just can't control any inputs. We can only filter them. They can only filter them. So parents who couldn't follow the Garbh Sanskar concepts, or who followed, they need to be absolutely bonded with their kids. They need to be the best friends of their kids. They need to be like, really, really closely bonded, so that exchange of information, the the guidance and everything is happening on a constant basis, and they are able to ensure that, only the right input stays. Maybe lot comes in, but it gets filtered on, and only the right stays. So this is what parents can do for their kids. And don't expect any big bang change, because if a child is born in a certain manner, you need to nurture that, because everything is best, सब कुछ अच्छा है, आपको बस उसकी नर्चरिंग अच्छी करनी है। आप अगर कंपेयर करोगे, नो आई डोंट वांट दिस, आई वांट समथिंग एल्स, दैट हैज टू बी डन एट द सोइंग स्टेज एंड एट द डेवलपमेंट स्टेज। नाउ अब एक fully grown baby has come out with a fully grown brain. The baby might look small, but the baby is complete by itself. You can't impose your things on the baby. Now, you could have done in the womb because तब कोई external influences नहीं थी। जो आप इनपुट डाल रहे थे बस वही इनपुट बेबी के ऊपर वर्क कर रहा था, उसके अलावा और कुछ भी वर्क नहीं कर रहा था। इट वॉज ओनली योर थॉट्स, योर इमोशंस, योर न्यूट्रिशन, everything was all about you. But the moment baby comes out, it is a different identity. It is not a part of you anymore. It is a different identity altogether. We need to respect that individual identity and not superimpose what we want. We can nurture, we can collaborate, but we can't force. So, as parents, become the best friend of your kids, create great bonding, and appreciate whatever qualities your child has taken birth with. Appreciate and nurture those qualities. Don't try to change because that is a wasted effort. It is not possible.
What are some of the most impactful books that expecting mothers should read, to support their emotional, mental, and spiritual growth during pregnancy? Would you give some advice and some names of books?
Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. It's for each one of us because the lessons, every shloka is a book in itself. Honestly, every shloka is a book in itself. So if a mother takes up even one shloka every day, understand the meaning, focus on it, absorb it, do Garv Samvat with a child on that shloka itself, the values, how the child can imbibe those values. I think that's a great deal. और ज्यादा कुछ भटकने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। भगवद गीता इज द ब्लूप्रिंट फॉर लाइफ। इफ यू कैन एब्सॉर्ब दो श्लोकास, सिंपल श्लोका लाइक कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्तु मा फलेषु कदाचन, so simple. What it teaches just focus on your actions, don't
I
focus
couldn't
on the end
agree more.
result.
End result.
एंड हमारी सारी लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ इसी में रहती है, हम एंड रिजल्ट पे फोकस करते हैं। मेरा आपके साथ पॉडकास्ट हुआ नहीं, मैं तुरंत सोचने शुरू कर दूंगी कितना मिलियन व्यूज होगा, कितना क्या होगा। आई एम नॉट फोकसिंग ऑन व्हाट आई एम इंटरेक्टिंग विथ यू, आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन दैट। तो कहाँ से आएगा व्यूज? सो दैट्स द होल थिंग, and then Bhagavad Gita talks about sambhav, about equilibrium, about being equipoised, like small qualities that you can develop. So if we can pick up even one quality each day and we can talk to our child about it, I think it's beautiful.
Thank you so much for being on today's podcast, Dr. Sonal, and wishing you lots and lots of more, expecting mothers. I wish I had gone to you. बहुत सारी चीजें मुझे खुद को नहीं पता था. And thank you so much. You're doing a great service, I think, to women. And please continue the good work. And thank you. It's been an honor to have you on my show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.